The Charleston Black Expo returns with a weekend filled with resources, speakers, and much more to help minority-owned businesses thrive. We want to welcome Darrin Thomas, President and CEO of the Black Expo. It's great to have you.
Great, thanks for having me.
And I love that we're coming back in person. Tell me.
We are as well.
I mean, you did a great job virtually, though.
Yeah, but you know, it was tough. It was great. It was helpful. We had so many people participate. But there's nothing like in person, and we realized that, and we had a lot of small businesses share that with us. While they were very grateful for our efforts with the virtual platform, for them, you know, getting that one-on-one exposure is critical for their growth and sustainability. And while we approached this year with a bit of caution, we were fortunate when a lot of our major partners said, yeah, okay, Darrin, we're willing to, as long as you put protocols in place, we're willing to participate and be a part of it because we recognize the value to the community.
I mean, even though it was virtual, though, tell me a little bit more about that reach that you had. So the response was pretty incredible.
We weren't expecting this. We we invested heavily in this V-Fairs platform. But what was interesting was that we had representatives from 33 states participate in the virtual Black Expo last year, and we weren't expecting it. And a lot of great feedback, folks from all over the country. Well, and there were folks from other countries that participated as well. Wow. I forgot to leave that fact out. But it was good, and while it was great exposure for those small businesses, again, what we realize, and as we know, the real value of Expo and why we have been so fortunate over the past 20-some years was that so many small businesses said, you know what, that one-on-one engagement with the community, was compelling for them to come out, and it really helped us throughout the year.
And why is it so important for the community to have an event such as this?
So, I always say this, we can never underestimate the price of human connection. And what I mean by that is that as a small business owner, everything is so relational. And if I have the opportunity to talk with you, share my story, tell, how I started my business, what my core competencies are, where our value proposition, what makes us different. As a consumer, we get a chance to really sense and understand who that business owner is. And it gives us a greater sense of comfort in doing business with them. And we value and we understand that.
Small businesses are the true heartbeat of this country. There are more small businesses in this country that are keeping the economy moving, and that's what we need to support.
And a huge part of our employment base and employing folks from our community is as a result of those small businesses thriving.
Yeah. Do you also come from that space as an entrepreneur?
I do. I'm a grandson of an entrepreneur, a son of an entrepreneur. So laughingly, I tell my boys that they're, in their bloodline, entrepreneurship is there. And I thank God for it, because while I was fortunate to have learned early, I look at the communities that we serve, Charleston being one of them, having been a part of this community for 20-some years.
In what capacity? What was the business?
Black Pages, South Carolina Black Pages, and of course Black Expo. I also own an e-commerce business that I started some years ago.
So it really takes one to know one.
It does. It does.
So when you've had that experience yourself and kind of the trials and tribulations too, anybody who's interested in becoming an entrepreneur can also come and hear stories of people who have walked that path before them.
Absolutely.
But this is also an opportunity for major corporations to come and see what's happening in the community. So who are some of the corporations?
Oh goodness, Boeing, Berkeley Electric Co-op, Dominion Energy, of course the City of Charleston, Santee Cooper, a lot of the major players in our community, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, some of your traditional companies, but companies that say, hey, we value the small businesses, but we also value what minority consumers mean to our economic profile in the community, and because of that, we want to be a part of it.
But it's not all work. There is a little bit of play. Comedian Anthony Anderson is going to be making an appearance. That's impressive. You're also going to have some other entertainers showing up.
And very excited about having Anthony Anderson, because we had looked at him several years ago, but he was almost one of those untouchables because of the success of the series of shows that he's currently producing.
Big deal.
Big deal. And he wanted to come to Charleston, which we got excited.
That's amazing.
And we believe his story would be a great one for the community, because he's also an entrepreneur and he tells that story. Kiera Shared, gospel sensation, will be performing. A little Southern Soul reunion with Roy C. and Sheldon Richardson. So there's a lot of activities, a lot of entertainment, a lot of fun for the entire family.
And there's also going to be food as well.
Food.
You're going to have another event as well.
Yep, the Taste of Black Charleston.
And
Friday
we're
night
going
before.
to feature one of those chefs coming on the show coming up too.
Absolutely.
So this is the 2022 Charleston Black Expo. This is happening Saturday, March 12th. And the Taste of Black Charleston is the day prior on the 11th. Be there or be square, as we like to say.
That's right, exactly.
I want to thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. We're back after this.